What's going on, guys? It's J-Ho bringing you a brand new video, and today I want to give you guys my predictions slash a wish list for the Destiny 2 reveal stream, as well as other information that we're going to get down the line leading up to Destiny 2. So I'm going to try not to make this video too long. I got a lot of things I want to discuss in the video, so let's get straight into it. So first of all, let's talk about the story of Destiny 2. So we already got a basis of the story. The Cabal invaded the city and the tower is destroyed. Everything got destroyed. We're losing all our stuff, and we're gonna have to work from scratch and build from nothing pretty much. And so it's gonna be a change in story. We're also facing the Cabal as a main enemy for the very first time in Destiny. And so it's going to be a pretty different experience, I'm thinking. And in terms of the story, it looks like it's being laid out pretty well so far. And I hope the story is just a lot more improved, a lot more cutscenes, a lot more integration of the background of the story in terms of the lore and stuff. And so in terms of lore, I think Grimoire should definitely be considered to be put into the game. There's a lot of people that, even though we have access to it within Bungie.net, or within the apps on our smartphones, on our devices, some people still don't want to take the time to go read up on some of this lore and the backstory on the Destiny universe. So instead, I think putting it in game or integrating it within the story itself is a better way for players to experience the full story and the backstory behind everything happening within the world of Destiny. So hopefully we see a lot of improvements in terms of the story of Destiny 2 to start off. I know they did a better job within the past couple DLCs in the past couple years. Taking King was a big step forward. That was really good. And then we also had Rise of Iron, which was decent as well. So taking even further steps forward than that, hopefully Destiny 2 will be better in terms of the story. And then next up, we're going to talk about new subclasses. So there's a lot of speculation going around about new subclasses, and we're going to find out officially whether there's going to be some. I'm guessing there is going to be some, because I feel like they can't move forward into a brand new game and not have some new classes or subclasses, something along those lines. So we're going to have to see how they integrate that, because I do believe there's going to be something new in terms of subclasses, and we just don't know exactly what it's going to be yet, especially because following the story, it seems like we did lose our light because of what happened to the Traveler due to the Cabal's invasion. So because of that, it affects our light as a guardian, and that's where we get our source of power from our abilities and stuff. And so I believe they're going to change something in terms of subclasses and bringing new ones. So that's why I believe we're going to have something new in terms of subclasses to give us our abilities and powers to fight back against the Cabal. And then moving into PvE, I'm definitely expecting more strikes and more raids. In terms of the raids, I believe they should produce raids a little bit more frequently than they have in Destiny 1. I know the raids are very hard to produce just because it takes quite a long time to develop. I'm not a game developer myself, so I understand that it's a lot of work to put into making a raid, and the content just gets played up really quickly versus the amount of time that it takes to produce and make these raids. So I'm expecting that it won't be too frequently, but hopefully a little bit more frequently than what we saw in the first few years of Destiny 1. Moving on to Crucible, I think the first thing they can address is balancing a Crucible. And in terms of balancing Crucible, I know that we're never going to get a perfectly balanced meta in Crucible, because that can never happen. But in terms of balancing the game for Crucible, the one thing I think they should consider or do, which they probably already decided on, is to balance Crucible separately from PvE. So I think PvE and PvP should be separately balanced, because I think there's some changes that they do make to PvE weapons or abilities or artifacts or whatever it may be that we saw in Destiny 1 that shouldn't have been affected for PvE activities. So that's one thing that they should definitely consider or implement in the next game. And then also in terms of Crucible, I think we're going to be getting some ranked PvP or a ranked playlist of some sorts. It's definitely going to address the competitive side of PvP, because right now, as it is, Trials of Osiris is technically the most competitive thing in Destiny 1. And Trials of Osiris isn't that competitive, even though a lot of the better players do play it. And then besides that, some of the better players do participate in tournaments that are hosted by outside parties. So having a ranked playlist in the game is going to be a definite benefit for those players that want to play at a higher level and a more competitive setting. So I think that's something they would definitely try to implement in Destiny 2. And then the next thing that I think they're probably going to mention 100% is when the beta is going to be out. So when we're going to be able to play the beta, it sounds like there's going to be an open beta and a closed beta for people that pre-ordered the game. So anyone that pre-ordered it is probably going to get early access to the beta, and then they're going to open it up for everyone else after that, maybe, I don't know, a week or so after that. So something along those lines, but we're probably going to hear about when the beta is going to be available for everyone to finally try out after the live stream finishes. And then moving on to my last few points, the next thing is some quality of life changes. There is a bunch of quality of life changes that I think they can implement into Destiny 2. I don't want to list them all because there are so many different things that they can improve in terms of quality of life. But one example I want to mention that is pretty simple is having some sort of hotkey for maybe heavy ammo or some sort of ammo synthesis, or having an emote wheel for our various emotes, since we're allowed to have so many different emotes in our inventory and we only can use one at a time because the others are preset emotes like sitting down, waving, and the original dances for your character. So having something like an emo wheel, having those hotkeys for getting heavy ammo synthesis instead of having to go in your inventory and you're vulnerable, especially if you're in the middle of a fight in a raid or something. So having those quick hotkeys and stuff like that is definitely good quality of life changes that they can improve going into Destiny 2. So I definitely think they're going to consider some of those quality of life changes moving forward. And then the last main thing I want to talk about is the DLC plan throughout Destiny 2's lifespan. So hopefully they do address some sort of roadmap for the DLC plan of Destiny 2. I know we already got some images of a couple expansions that are going to be coming out, just like they did for Destiny 1 when we saw Dark Below and House of Wolves in year 1 of Destiny 1. So hopefully they do the same thing for Destiny 2, but keep it more continuous throughout the future years of Destiny 2's lifespan. And I'm sure we're going to be getting some sort of free updates along the lines as well in terms of updates and content updates in general. So hopefully we learn a lot more about that overall. But that's mainly what I wanted to talk about in this video. Let me know what you guys think, if you guys have anything. I know I missed some stuff, and if you guys want to mention it in the comments, you can let me know as well. We got the live stream coming this Thursday, so stay tuned for videos after that's done. We got a lot more exciting information coming soon, and I can't wait to find out about Destiny 2 and learn a lot more. And it's going to be pretty exciting. So thank you guys for watching once again. Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace!